we were staying at the Mthatha Holiday Inn, all of us, in the new land, in the new Bantustan. And there was we heard a piano.
He was playing in the lounge.
He was playing in the lounge. It was his gig in the Holiday Inn in Mthatha. And everybody was just amazed and said, that sounds like McCoy Tyner playing in the Mthatha Holiday Inn. And that's how we met.
I mean, I think in the way that he could interpret and mix both the American tradition of jazz music and his own South African music, all the township stuff, and his own cultural roots, I think and he did it in such a way which is so seamless. And there was, I think, people can write music which is complicated, and it doesn't sound like it's a natural thing. The thing that was amazing about Bheki was that everything that he did was very, very natural. You'll hear tonight that his compositions are incredibly complex and very, very intricate in their construction, but they also sound very natural as well. And I think to be able to create music in a way that can seem very easy but actually be very complex and have so much intricacy in it without actually not knowing really what you're doing, I think you'd have to describe somebody like that as a genius, really, because, you know, he knew. I probably know more theory about music than he did, but yeah, he could play a million times better than I could. So yeah, it's I think genius is a good word to describe him.
Bheki had a couple of fingers missing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he would play saxophone and piano.
No, he hadn't started playing saxophone then. That only came much, much later.
But later he was able to play both saxophone and piano at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Which also seems...
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, how can... You know, just how do you develop that dexterity? How do you make your brain do that? I mean, the instruments work completely differently. It's not like, you know, you might see some old pictures of me playing piano and a synthesizer and a clavinet or something, but they all work the same way. That isn't magic, but something that where your left hand is playing chords and you're fingering a saxophone, and it's not laid out like a keyboard. Like, the scale isn't self-evident on a saxophone, and controlling the intonation with your breath, it just, I don't know how he could do it. And it wasn't just a vaudeville trick. You know, maybe someone could do that and play the Stars and Stripes forever and get a standing ovation in a kind of variety show. But I mean, he was playing jazz. He was playing, you know, music that really required some thought and improvising. And it was just miraculous.
I had the honor of playing with a genius, really, a musical genius.
One of the other amazing things about him is that he couldn't read a note of music. Couldn't read a note of music, couldn't write a note of music. So we'd turn up to rehearsals and he'll just play something for you, just play this really complicated thing, and then you'd go, yeah, I've kind of got it, yeah. And then you get him to play it again and he's like, sort of get frustrated because he's like, well, haven't you got it the first time, you know? This is one of the tunes that we had to kind of learn. It's written out now because it's been so many years since I've played it. But this one's called Angola, so enjoy.